Today's top news headlines. BJP likely to release candidate list for Manipur polls today. Manipur records 3 Omicron fresh cases, tally at 42. Chief Secretary Rajesh Kumar begs for fair elections. And JCILPS Students Wing burns effigy of Amra Bengali leader. Hello, this is PONYTV giving you the latest English bulletin at 7. I'm LAKSMIBAI. Now the news in detail. The BJP is likely to finalize and announce the names of candidates for assembly elections in Manipur at the Central Election Committee (CEC) meeting on Tuesday, a media report said. The CEC meeting is currently underway at the party headquarters in the national capital, it said. Polling in Manipur will be held in 2 phases on February 27 and March 3. The counting of votes will take place on March 10. The BJP, which heads Manipur's coalition government, is facing the problem of plenty as it gears up to contest the elections. As per reports, what compounded the BJP's problem is that it has 2 to 3 ticket aspirants in each of the state's 60 constituencies. Manipur recorded 3 Omicron fresh cases on Tuesday, taking the tally to 42. All the 3 persons have been discharged after completing mandatory isolation, according to Health Services Director Dr. K. Rajo. He said tracing of close contacts and containment measures are already in place. Dr. Rajo also advised the public to strictly adhere to COVID-appropriate behavior and get vaccinated. COVID-19 infections are on an upward trend in Manipur. The state in the last 24 hours reported 461 new cases and 4 deaths. As per the Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room, the positivity rate was recorded at 17.2%. The state's COVID tally has jumped to 130,950, while the death toll increased to 2,031. The state COVID-19 Command Control Room in a release also said the new cases were detected after testing 2,687 samples in the past 24 hours. A total of 148 persons were discharged, the Command Control Room said. After being over 3 lakh for 5 consecutive days, the single-day rise in COVID-19 infections were recorded at 2,55,874, taking India's total tally of cases to 3,97,99,202, according to Union Health Ministry data updated on Tuesday. The death toll has climbed to 4,90,462, with 614 Delhi fatalities, the data updated at 8 a.m. stated. The ministry said that active cases have been decreased to 22,36,842 and comprise 5.62% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has decreased to 93.15%. A reduction of 12,493 cases has been recorded in active cases in a span of 24 hours. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 15.52%, while the weekly positivity rate was 17.17%, according to the Health Ministry. The number of people who have been recovered from the disease increased to 3,70,000, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.23%, it said. The cumulative COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country so far is over 162.92 crore. Manipur Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar called for a free and fair election, saying Manipur is one of the highly educated societies. Joining the celebration of 12th National Voters' Day at City Convention Center Palace Compound in Imphal, he added that votes should be given to the right candidates to ensure a good government is formed. He called on the electorate to help make the scheduled Manipur polls free and fair. DGP of Manipur Police P. Dongal, Additional Chief Secretary B. Bumlunmang, and other top officials attended the function. State icons, new enrolled voters, and VLOs were given awards on the occasion. National Voters' Day is celebrated on January 25 every year to encourage more young voters to take part in the political process.
Let us have a free and fair election. Let us elect the best people possible. Let us have the best government, because government will decide the development and economy and the prosperity of state, and also will ensure a peaceful coexistence of multiple tribes, and ethnic diversity of the state should be maintained. There should be complete harmony between each and everyone. COVID is affecting us. The number of COVID cases are going up in last 10 days, and it's bound to increase a little bit more, because as we know, the third wave had just begun in the country. Cities like Delhi and Mumbai are seeing now constant fall for last 3-4 days, but places like Karnataka, Kerala, the numbers are on the rise. But the good news, like today morning, the overall numbers have gone down drastically in the country.
The 12th National Voters' Day was celebrated at the Counting Hall of DC Complex, Thoubal District on Tuesday. The program was organized by District Election Commissioner Officer Thoubal on the theme Making Election Inclusive, Accessible and Participation. At the function, Thoubal Deputy Commissioner A. Subhas stated that National Voters' Day is celebrated to commemorate the establishment of Election Commission of India (ECI). He said special emphasis was given to include PWD and transgenders in the electoral roll. He appealed to the political parties, intending candidates and voters to make the coming state assembly election free and fair in the district. As a part of the function, epics were distributed to the newly enrolled voters. Prizes were also distributed to the winners of the district-level ballot battle quiz competition. New Era Higher Secondary School Thoubal, Khangapok Higher Secondary School, and Eastern Star Higher Secondary School got the first, second, and third prizes respectively. The program was also attended by ADM Thoubal Lokeswar Brahmachari Mayum, AC to Deputy Commissioner A. Rohini Kumar, DLOs, newly enrolled voters, and school students coming from different parts of the district. Tamenglong District Administration, along with social organizations, media houses, and academic institutions on Tuesday celebrated the 12th National Voters' Day (NVD) on the theme Making Election Inclusive, Accessible and Participative at DC Bungalow, Tamenglong District Headquarters. Tamenglong Deputy Commissioner Hungyo Warshang, ADM Ningreingam Leisan, and SDO Rohit Anand attended the celebration as chief guest and guest of honor. National Voters' Day was also celebrated at subdivision and booth levels in Tamenglong. As part of the celebration, schools and colleges in the district also celebrated the day and took National Voters' Day pledge. Presentation of newly enrolled voters with badges and epic cards and distribution of various awards were the main highlights of the event. JCILPS Students' Wing burned the effigy of Amra Bangali AMB General Secretary Bokul Roy on Tuesday at Mantripukri Bazaar in Imphal. Recently, a petition was filed in Supreme Court by Amra Bangali, a Kolkata-based organization with a unit in Assam, demanding revocation of the inner line permit system in Manipur. The apex court had also asked the center and Manipur government to respond to the plea. JCILPS Students' Wing convener Haubizam Chalamba Meitei called Amra Bangali a communal organization and said the petition challenging ILPS implementation in Manipur by Amra Bangali has hurt the sentiments of the people of Manipur. Amra Bangali has misjudged the people of the state, he said. Chalamba Meitei mentioned that Sapam Robin Hood, a youth, had sacrificed his life during ILPS movement in Manipur. He said the JCILPS Students' Wing stands for the people of the state like Amra Bangali loves Bengali people, and that Amra Bangali should not try to decide the fate of Manipur.
ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯁꯥ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯒꯤ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯝꯃꯨꯅꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯁꯥ ꯃꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯁꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯒ ꯕꯦꯡꯒꯣꯂꯤ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯒꯤ ꯈꯜꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯤꯕ ILPꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯗꯣꯛꯀꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯡꯗꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯆꯠꯊꯖꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯕꯤꯖꯤ ꯃꯩ ꯊꯥꯕ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯦꯜ ꯁꯦꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯕꯀꯨꯜꯔꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯕꯤꯖꯤ ꯃꯩ ꯊꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯁꯦꯝꯖꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯕꯦꯡꯒꯣꯂꯤ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯁꯇ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕꯅꯣ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯕꯦꯡꯒꯣꯂꯤꯁꯤꯡꯅꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯃꯠꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯊꯤꯇꯟꯅ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯑꯀꯤꯕ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯇ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯌꯨꯝꯐꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯒꯤ ꯈꯜꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯂꯝꯗꯝꯁꯤ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯗ ꯅꯣꯔꯠ ꯏꯁꯇ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ILP ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯂꯝꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯏꯐꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯈꯛꯇꯪ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯤꯕ ILPꯁꯤꯡ ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯀꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯑꯔꯥꯟꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯄꯦꯒꯦꯟꯗꯥ ꯇꯧꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯨꯅ ꯍꯟꯗꯣꯛꯄꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ.
Manipur Tourism Department celebrated the National Tourism Day 2022 at Ibudao Marjing Polo Complex at Hengang on Tuesday. Manipur Tourism Commissioner P.K. Jha, who was present at the event, stated that development in tourism will boost the state economy. Towards this end, he said support of the native people is a must. P.K. Jha highlighted on the need to attract tourists to help grow the tourism sector. He further emphasized on the need to provide better service to enhance tourist attraction by entrepreneurs. Resorts and hotels in different districts can also draw more tourists, P.K. Jha said. The Tourism Commissioner also appealed to the public to refrain from band and blockades, which is a major obstacle to the development of tourism. Manipur Tourism Director W. Ibohal also attended the function.
Now these places, the way we are developing in this area, the polo ground, and then other added amenities, there are more things in the pipeline. We are trying to pursue Government of India to sanction some more schemes. So the idea of having an integrated tourism complex, when people visit, everything should be available. You know, whenever a tourist comes, he doesn't come alone, he comes with family. We need some amenities, we need certain facilities for children, for women. Our approach should be friendly, we should encourage more people to come. That one is that we will have a friendly environment for tourists to come in. At the same time, there will be overall economic activity which will lead to growth of the area also. We are all aware that elections have been announced and code of conduct is in place. So we are not able to organize this program in a grand way, but I am very sure that next time when we do it.
Now let's take a short break. Keep watching.
Karigumba dom yumda laiba anabasingi hidak kappa dressing tauba blood sample loba rice tube hapa catheterization hapa enema tobinaba experience lairaba nurse amati doctor thibada awaba thengnabirabadi wabiraganu Medland Home Nursing Care Service Manipurna kungkun mari chukna adom yumda latuna hidak kappa injection piba dressing tauba feeding tube hapa catheter hapa amadi makhal kya ge anabasing experience lairaba doctor amadi nursing tuna mating pangzari akupa marol gidamak Medland gi helpline number 9205987988 amukasu 9205987988 ta call tawna tanabiu natraga Google Play Store gi Medland app download tawduna booking tawi.
After the break, you're watching PONYTV English News at 7. Selin Digital continued its COVID-19 awareness campaign at Chalbung village under Saitugam Puzzle on Tuesday. Selin Digital producer Fanjobam Lenajit Singh said everyone is living with coronavirus now and that people need to strictly adhere to the SOPs. Selin Digital FPO KSH James Singh, RO S. Santi and executive members also took part in the program. The Naga Women Union NWU, the apex Naga women organization in the state of Manipur, has appealed to the Election Commission of India ECI to change the poll date of the first phase of Manipur Assembly election, which falls on Sunday, February 27. NWU would like to register its sentiments of hurt to the Election Commission of India ECI and the Chief Electoral Officer CEO Manipur State for setting the date of polling on Sunday, February 27, 2022, for the 9 Hill Assembly constituencies of Manipur through its notification, the Naga Women Organization said in a statement. The NWU said that India, as a secular state whereby the social pluralism is fortified by the unique constitution, should uphold the principles of the Indian Constitution in letter and in spirit. It also said that the people residing in the 9 Hill Assembly constitutions are predominantly Christians. The NWU then said that respecting the sentiments of minority religion will preserve the sanctity of the Indian Constitution, and the rearrangement of polling date will serve the interest of every citizen in Manipur. The United Naga Council UNC has announced to impose a 6-hour total shutdown on coming January 26, Republic Day, to demonstrate the Naga people's resentment against delaying and frequent backtracking on the political settlement of the historic Indo-Naga Framework Agreement, even after more than 6 years of signing, and also for not delivering justice to the victims of voting villagers on December 4 and 5, 2021 till that. The total shutdown will begin from 6 a.m. and will culminate at 12 noon of the day. The UNC said that this measure is in continuation to the press statement of January 23, 2022, pursuant to the declaration of the United Naga Council Presidential Council meeting held on January 19, 2022 at the Hamjam Senapati headquarters, that the Naga people in Manipur will abstain from participation in the ensuing India's Republic Day celebration on January 26, 2022 as a part of its non-cooperation movement. As such, tribe HOHOs, district apex organizations, Naga frontal organizations, and regional organizations are requested that this directive is strictly enforced in their respective jurisdictions. In pursuance to the directive of the United Naga Council UNC, the All Naga Students Association Manipur ANSAM has requested all its constituent units and subordinate bodies to strictly enforce the said directive in their respective jurisdictions. The ANSAM said that this step is being taken in order to register strong resentment against the government of India for prolonged delaying of the Indo-Naga political settlement and frequent backtracking from the historic framework agreement signed on August 3, 2015. Therefore, the ANSAM said that no students and schools under its jurisdiction should participate in the ensuing India's Republic Day celebration on January 26, 2022. It can be mentioned here that the UNC has announced to call a 6-hour total shutdown in Naga areas in Manipur, and also asked the Naga people under its jurisdiction to abstain from participation in the coming Republic Day celebration. The Naga Students Federation NSF said that while it is taking forward its protest against the imposition of the Draconian Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958, has directed the Naga youth and students community to refrain from taking part in the upcoming Republic Day celebration of the Indian Union on January 26. The Federation reiterated that the Naga people should dissociate themselves from such celebrations for as long as the government of India continues with its policy of militarizing Naga homeland. The NSF then said that this is not in defiance of any forces on earth, but the assertion that the voices of the Naga people cannot be muted despite the continued subjugation by forces reeking of colonial ideologies and practices. Further, the NSF reminded its federating units and subordinate bodies to comply with the earlier directive of the Federation to restrict its members from associating with the Indian armed and paramilitary forces, and also accepting any form of humanitarian aid from them, as such efforts cannot possess the rights of the Naga people nor mitigate the effects of the evils perpetrated upon us by these forces. 7 students of a medical college, including Bharatiya Janata Party BJP MLA Bijay Rahangdale's son, died after their car fell from a bridge near Selsura in Wardha on Monday night, according to the police. All the 7 were first-year students of the Sawangi Medical College and had gone out for a drive late in the night, according to a media report. A driver is said to have lost control of the vehicle, which then fell nearly 40 feet off a bridge, local police officials said. All 7 occupants in the car are dead. No other vehicle is involved in the accident. We received information from the control room after which we reached the spot, said Baba Saheb Thorad, Assistant Inspector of Sawangi Police Station. The Jailo car was moving from Debli to Wardha and was on an overbridge when the driver lost control over the wheels and the car hit the boundary wall and fell over the bridge, Thorad added. When asked who was driving the car, a police officer said all the occupants were thrown out of the car when the vehicle fell off the bridge, so it's difficult to say who was driving. The police presently are conducting a panchnama. Prime Minister Narendra Modi condoled the deaths of the students and announced Rs 2 lakh each from the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund (PMR-NRF) for the families of those who lost their lives in the accident, the report said. World number 1 Ash Barty is within 2 victories of achieving a crowning moment in her career after another dominant display at the Australian Open on Tuesday. The 25-year-old reached the semi-finals at Melbourne Park for the second time in 3 years after bleeding American Jessica Pegula 6-2, 6-0 in just over an hour. After fulfilling a childhood dream by winning Wimbledon last year, Barty will now play another American in Madison Keys on Thursday for a spot in the final. Barty, who is aiming to become the first local since Chris O'Neill in 1978 to win the Australian Open, is yet to drop a set in this tournament and is unbeaten in 2022. The former French Open champion reeled off the last 9 games against Pegula, and she was delighted with her form. Before we wrap up, let's take a look at the top news headlines again. BJP likely to release candidate list for Manipur polls today. Manipur records 3 Omicron fresh cases, tally at 42. Chief Secretary Rajesh Kumar bets for fair elections. And JCILPS Students Wing burns effigy of Amra Bengali leader. Thank you for watching PONYTV. For more updates, keep watching PONYTV and stay tuned.